Hey everyone, it's Michael Kikle. I hope you're doing well today, and I'm still working my way through this 8-movie Christmas box set. Of course, I'm not going to review everything in here, but at least 6 of the movies I've never seen before. Doesn't mean you'll get reviews for all of those either, because if it's bad here lately, I just turn the shit off, to be honest with you. Unless it's part of if it's a big movie release or something that I'm talking about, like Power Rangers or something, I'm going to talk about everything in those, or Marvel or DC movies, but in this case, if it's a bad Christmas film, I'm just going to turn it off. I don't have the time to waste on shit like that. Anyway, today's movie is one from 2006. It's a TV film in this box set called What I Did for Love. And it's actually this movie right here and this smaller 4-pack in that 8-pack. Now, I don't know anybody in the film, but apparently I do. The dad in this film was from things like Iron Giant, some other things, TV shows, whatever. And he's a good actor, I can tell, but he's in a terrible movie. This movie is not poorly made, but it is one of those California Christmas films, as I like to talk about. And I talked about that briefly in my previous review for this other movie, A Song for the Season, aka A Holiday Romance. California Christmas films are pretty much defined by not having snow at all. However, this one works around that. I'm sure it was shot during the year, but it mostly takes place on a farm. Basically, this guy who's a lawyer, he's rich, obviously. He goes to his fiance's family's house for Christmas this year, which is on a farm that they own in like the middle of nowhere. And I forgot what state it's in. But they drive out there, they get in a car wreck on the way there, so they're pretty much stranded. He can't even leave because his car is being repaired in the movie. But when they get there, the family from the get-go are fucking assholes. I could not stand these people. They're always talking shit about him being a lawyer, which he has way more money than them. He could probably help them out if they ever got in a financial bind with the current economy nowadays and shit. But they didn't think about that, did they? No, hell no. They don't think that he's good enough for the daughter character. And of course, the mom in the family actually passed away in recent years, so the dad hasn't actually been himself for a while. But he's pretty aggressive. He's kind of a dick. He reminds me, the actor does, of Michael Wincott, the bad guy from The Crow, which I love Michael Wincott quite a bit. But he reminds me a lot of that actor. He brings a lot to this role, even though the writing for him is horrible. They constantly have him ADR his lines. For a little bit in the beginning of the film, I didn't think he was actually the actor. Like, I thought they had another actor dub over his voice, but that's not the case. It's just poor writing and then poor ADR that was used horribly in the movie. But anyway, he's supposed to have a lot of butting heads with this young man who is, wanting to be engaged to his daughter. And the family in general, like I said, the aunt, the cousins, brothers, whatever, they give this poor guy, the lawyer guy, the main character in my opinion, so much shit about his life, his living, whether he's rich or anything, whether lawyers are worth anything, which they are. These people are fucking scumbags. They are just awful. I don't care what happened to you in your personal life. You just met this poor guy. You know he means so much to your daughter. It's one thing if he came in with his hat turned backwards and fucking high eyes where he can't even see straight, or he keeps looking at the ground, not making eye contact with you, not shaking your fucking hand. It gives you like one of these or something, you know? That would be one thing. But he didn't do that. He's a fucking lawyer. He's clearly smart. He clearly has some kind of living behind him. And clearly your daughter loves him and cares about him. Doesn't mean all of those things mean he's a good guy, but he's being respectful to you. He's constantly trying to pick up a conversation with these people, be nice to them, and they constantly, from the first moment they meet him, talk shit and insult him. Over and over again. Some of them passive-aggressively. Some of them, like the dad, just directly telling him to, like, he'll yell at him in front of the whole family and tell him to make sure when they're teaching him to ride a horse, to make sure that when he goes from ranch area to close the gates behind him. And they make this asshole on his farm that he doesn't even fucking live on get off the horse, go close the gate and get back on the horse and try to keep up to the crowd. And when shit goes wrong in the family, or when something happens with the farm, something breaks, something goes wrong, animals escape, anything like that, they blame his ass. You're the reckless fuck who let him do all of this stuff because you're trying your best to be an asshole. Fuck these people. Fuck the whole family. I don't like any of them. Even by the end of the film when you're supposed to have the resolution of everybody getting along for the Christmas season, and, oh, well, maybe we were wrong about you, fiance man. No, not the way you treated him. I'd be the fuck out of there, dude. Now, when I was getting engaged, it wasn't a perfect scenario. There were a lot of things that made family struggle a lot, let's say. I wouldn't say I was in this guy's shoes, but there were things that were rough. There were rough patches at that point, and I could, at least I thought I could at first, relate to what was going on with this man. But after a while, again, I would have told this whole family and that chick to go fuck themselves because of how they acted to this poor guy. But anyway, What I Did for Love is not a great film. The music is okay, but to make up for not having Christmas snow everywhere, it sticks to the kind of Hallmarky formula, even though this isn't a Hallmark movie. Like I said, it's more of a California Christmas, Lifetime-y type of thing. Even though it doesn't have snow everywhere, it's beautifully shot with the farm and everything, the mountains in the background with the snow on them. It is beautifully shot in that regard. It really makes up for things that something like Song for a Season or Holiday Romance or whatever that movie is called I just reviewed. It makes up for things in a way that movies like that and these other California Christmas low-budget movies can't. So that was nice. I really enjoyed that about this film. It's well shot. The actors are trying, but there's not a whole lot to work with, which is not always their fault, you know? I wouldn't say any of them really give a great performance. Even the dad that I said was clearly, to me, a good actor that would be amazing in other stuff. I love his smoker's voice. It's great. But anyway, outside of that, the music isn't great. It's more frustrating to watch because of how they talk to this poor guy than anything. It's more frustrating than enjoyable. So I have my complaints, but I think it's a better watch than this Song for the Season thing, or this shitty Christmas romance movie that I watched years ago, or Sons of Mistletoe, which I don't remember hating all that much back when I saw it. And according to my IMDb review, I liked it. So I don't remember it, but I guess I did. Anyway, what do you think about What I Did for Love? Do you love it? Do you hate it? How do you feel about this movie? Are you as pissed off and annoyed about it as I am? Because I think this was unreasonably mean, whether it be the people or the people writing the film, the director, anybody. It just feels like they don't understand what a good balance is. Like, it's one thing to have, like, I always joke about this, but the Christmas cookie town, where everybody makes Christmas cookies for tradition as a town locally for Christmas. Everybody believes in Christmas and everything. It's easy to have a Hallmark concept like that, where you have a dad who just disapproves of some chick that the boy, his son, is going to marry that bakes Christmas cookies for a living, or just cookies in general for a living. It's one thing to have a disapproving father who may make little passive-aggressive comments here. It's another thing to have him burn the fucking shop down, you know? And that's what this feels like. It would go in that direction at some points because of how this family acts. So that's a little bit more annoying than fun, you know? And Hallmark movies maintain this balance of being cute and fun and sweet and Christmassy all at the same time, and being well made upon all of that is even better. This movie doesn't have that. Most of these low-budget, straight-to-DVD Christmas films, or TV movies in this case, don't have that. But What I Did for Love was not a complete loss of a watch. So I didn't hate it, but it was pretty frustrating, to be honest with you. Anyway, when it comes to What I Did for Love, if I had to rate the film on a 5-star basis, I'd probably give it about a 2 out of 5 stars. It's not the most well-made film, but it's well shot. You can't argue that with those mountain scenes. Oh man, it's beautiful in that regard. Anyway, have you seen it? What do you think about the film? Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Thank you all for watching, guys. God bless you all. Catch you later, and goodbye.